A cricket player walks out of his crease for just 1 second and loses everything in front of millions watching worldwide. This is the story of Andile Phehlukwayo, the South African all-rounder whose life reads like a movie script. From being the son of a domestic worker to playing cricket for one of the world's top teams, his journey will blow your mind. But there's more to this story than just success. There are embarrassing moments that went viral, secrets about his real earnings that nobody talks about, and a completely different life than what you see on TV. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this man's story is so special and why his name keeps popping up in cricket conversations. Let's go back to where it all started. Picture a small town on the south coast of KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa. This isn't some fancy neighborhood with cricket academies and training facilities. This is where Andile Phehlukwayo was born on March 3, 1996. His mother worked as a domestic worker, cleaning houses and doing household chores for other families. She didn't have money for expensive schools or cricket camps. The family struggled just to make ends meet every single day. But here's where the story takes an interesting turn. The people who employed his mother saw something special in young Andile. They noticed he had talent, not just in one sport, but in multiple sports. These kind people decided to help. They paid for Andile to go to primary school in Margate. Think about that for a second. Someone else had to pay for his basic education because his family simply couldn't afford it. At school, little Andile played mini cricket and field hockey. He was naturally good at sports, and teachers started noticing his abilities. He would run faster than other kids, hit the ball harder, and had this natural coordination that you can't really teach. When Andile became a teenager, something incredible happened. He won a scholarship to Glenwood High School in Durban. But wait, here's the twist. The scholarship wasn't even for cricket. It was for field hockey. That's right, the kid who would go on to play international cricket for South Africa actually got into a good school because he was amazing at a completely different sport. Glenwood High School was 130 kilometers away from his home. Imagine being a young kid, leaving your mother and everything you know, traveling all that distance to live in a new place. In an interview, Andile later said it was hard to leave home, but he knew it would be better for his future. Now here's where the story gets really interesting. While Andile was at Glenwood High School playing hockey, there was a woman named Rosemary Dismore. She was the same person who employed his mother as a domestic worker. Rosemary saw Andile playing sports and thought to herself, "This kid has serious potential in cricket." She introduced him to the game properly, got him involved in cricket programs, and basically changed the entire direction of his life. Think about how crazy that is. If Rosemary hadn't noticed his talent, if she hadn't pushed him toward cricket, we might be talking about Andile Phehlukwayo, the hockey player right now, not the international cricketer. At high school, Andile excelled in both hockey and cricket, but slowly cricket started taking over. He began getting recognition in cricket circles. People who knew the game could see this kid had something special. He could bowl fast, he could bat decently, and he had the kind of attitude that coaches love. He worked hard, listened to instructions, and never gave up. In 2014, when Andile was just 18 years old, he got his first big break. He was selected for South Africa's Under-19 Cricket World Cup team. This is massive in cricket. The Under-19 World Cup is where future stars are discovered. That year, South Africa's Under-19 team was captained by Aiden Markram, who is now a senior player. The team included a young fast bowler named Kagiso Rabada, who would become one of the best fast bowlers in the world. And there was Andile, part of this incredible squad. South Africa won that Under-19 World Cup. They became champions. It was a huge achievement, and everyone in that team was suddenly on the radar of cricket selectors. But here's the harsh reality. Andile only played one match in that entire tournament, against Canada. While players like Rabada were taking wickets and grabbing headlines, Andile was mostly on the bench, watching from the sidelines. That must have hurt. Imagine training so hard, making it to the World Cup, and then barely getting a chance to play. After the Under-19 World Cup, Andile joined the Dolphins cricket team, one of South Africa's domestic teams based in Durban. This was his hometown team, and he was living his dream. But the start wasn't smooth. He traveled with the Dolphins to India for the Champions League T20 tournament. Sounds exciting, right? Except it wasn't. He barely got to bowl, managing only 4 overs in the entire tournament, and his batting was forgettable. He scored just 74 runs in 4 innings. Nothing impressive. But instead of giving up, he did something smart. He focused on one specific skill: death bowling. For those who don't know, death bowling means bowling in the last few overs of a cricket match when batsmen are trying to hit every ball for 6. It's incredibly difficult. The pressure is insane, because one bad ball can cost your team the entire match. Most bowlers hate bowling at the death, but Andile embraced it. He worked on slower balls, yorkers, and all the tricks that make a good death bowler. 2 years later, in 2016, all that hard work paid off. Andile became the Dolphins' leading wicket-taker in the T20 competition with 12 wickets in 12 matches. His death bowling was so good that the Dolphins reached the final mainly because of him. Cricket experts started talking about this kid from Durban who could control the hardest overs in the game. Suddenly, bigger opportunities came knocking. He was called up to play for South Africa, a team against England, Zimbabwe, and Australia. In an unofficial test match in Zimbabwe, he took 5 wickets for just 62 runs, completely destroying the opposition. Selectors couldn't ignore him anymore. In September 2016, the call finally came. Andile Phehlukwayo was selected for South Africa's one-day international squad for the series against Australia. He was only 20 years old. His dream had come true. He made his ODI debut against Ireland on September 25, 2016. A few months later, he made his T20 international debut against Sri Lanka on January 20, 2017. The kid from the South Coast, whose mother worked as a domestic worker, was now wearing the South African green and gold, representing his country on the world stage. But here's where things get even more incredible. On September 30th, 2016, in only his second ODI match, Andile played against Australia at SuperSport Park in Centurion. The pressure was massive. Australia is one of the toughest teams in the world, and here was this young kid expected to deliver. And deliver he did. He dismissed Steve Smith, one of the best batsmen in the world at that time. Then he went on to become the leading wicket-taker of that match. People couldn't believe what they were seeing. Then, when South Africa batted, Andile came in and smashed 42 runs without getting out, punishing the Australian bowlers. That series against Australia in 2016 became legendary for Andile. South Africa won 5-0, a clean sweep, and Andile was the highest wicket-taker for South Africa in that series. At just 20 years old, he had announced his arrival on the international stage in the most spectacular way possible. Cricket fans started getting excited about this new all-rounder who could bowl at the death and bat in pressure situations. Over the next few years, Andile became a regular member of the South African cricket team. He played in the 2017 Champions Trophy and was selected for the 2019 Cricket World Cup, one of the biggest stages in cricket. After that World Cup, the International Cricket Council named him as the rising star of the squad. That's a huge honor. It means the World Cricket Body recognized his potential and talent. But then came 2024, and with it came one of the most embarrassing moments of his career, a moment that went viral on social media. South Africa was playing against Afghanistan in September 2024 in Sharjah. Things were going horribly wrong. They were losing wickets left and right. The score was 36 for 6, meaning they had lost 6 batsmen and scored only 36 runs. Andile came to bat, trying to save his team from complete humiliation. He faced a few balls and then got hit on the pad by the bowler. The Afghan players immediately appealed, asking the umpire to give him out. And this is where Andile made the most bizarre mistake. For some reason, while the ball was still in play, while it was literally in the hands of the fielder, Andile casually walked out of his crease. He just stepped out. Social media exploded. Memes flooded Twitter. Some people were harsh, calling it incompetent. Others felt bad for him, saying it was just a mistake that anyone could make under pressure. But the truth is, it was completely legal and completely Andile's fault. It was an embarrassing moment that will probably haunt him for years. But despite that embarrassment, Andile didn't give up. He continued playing domestic cricket. In fact, he made a big move in 2024. After playing his entire career for the Dolphins in Durban, he switched to the Titans ahead of the 2024-25 season. In a statement, he said he was looking for a new challenge and a change of scenery. That takes guts. Leaving your hometown team where you're comfortable and starting fresh is risky. But Andile felt it was the right time. He was back in Cricket South Africa's contracted squad and was also playing in the SA20 League for Paarl Royals. Now let's talk about the big question that everyone wants to know. How much money does Andile Phehlukwayo actually make? You see videos online claiming he's worth $4 million. That sounds impressive, right? But here's the truth. According to credible sources, his actual net worth is around $2 million, possibly $2.08 million to be more specific. Still a lot of money, but it's not the $4 million that clickbait articles claim. Where does this money come from? First, he earns from playing for South Africa. According to reports, Cricket South Africa pays him around $4,500 per test match, $1,200 per ODI, and $800 per T20 international. Now, Andile has played 4 test matches, 85 ODIs, and 42 T20Is so far. That's a decent amount, but it's not millionaire money by itself. The real earnings come from other sources. He plays in franchise leagues like the SA20, where players get paid good salaries for a short tournament. He also has sponsorship deals. Then there are contracts with domestic teams. All these income streams add up. But remember, he also has to pay for his lifestyle, taxes, coaches, fitness trainers, and other expenses. So while $2 million sounds huge, it's not like he's swimming in money. Now let's talk about his personal life. He's currently in a relationship with Kanya May Appelgren. Not much is known about her because Andile keeps his private life very private. They're not married yet, but according to sources, they're happy together. Andile seems to be the kind of person who prefers to keep his personal and professional lives separate, which is smart, given how crazy social media can get. Family is extremely important to Andile. He never forgets where he came from. His mother, Andile Phehlukwayo, the domestic worker who sacrificed so much for him, is his biggest inspiration. In interviews, he always talks about how hard she worked and how grateful he is for the opportunities her employers gave him. Despite earning good money now and playing at the highest level, he remains humble and grounded, never forgetting the struggles his family faced. What makes Andile special as a cricketer? He's a left-handed batsman who bats in the lower order, usually around number 7 or 8. His job is to either stabilize the innings when the team is in trouble, or to hit big shots at the end. As a bowler, he's a right-arm fast-medium bowler. His specialty is death bowling, those last overs where batsmen are going crazy. He's known for his ability to disguise slower balls, which means the batsmen think the ball is coming fast, but it arrives slowly, messing up their timing. He can also bowl Yorkers, which are deliveries that land right at the batsman's feet and are super hard to hit. Cricket experts describe him as someone who has a calm temperament. Even in pressure situations, he doesn't panic. That's a rare quality. Many players crumble under pressure, but Andile seems to thrive in it. Well, except for that run-out moment, but we won't hold that against him forever. As a batsman, he's not someone who will score big hundreds, but he can be very valuable. He can hold one end while others attack, or he can come in and hit some quick boundaries when the team needs it. His cricket stats tell an interesting story. In ODIs, he has played 85 matches and scored 883 runs at an average of 23. That means every time he gets to bat, on average, he scores 23 runs before getting out. For a lower-order batsman, it's decent. With the ball, he's been more successful, taking wickets consistently. In T20 internationals, he has played 42 matches and scored 166 runs. Again, not huge numbers, but remember, he's not there primarily to score runs. In Test cricket, he's barely played, just 4 matches with only 19 runs total. That format doesn't seem to be his strength. The 2024-25 season has been interesting for Andile. After moving to the Titans, he's trying to prove himself all over again. In the SA20 2024 season playing for Paarl Royals, he played 10 matches, scored 81 runs, and took 9 wickets. These are solid numbers for a T20 league. He's also continuing to play for South Africa whenever he gets selected. His most recent ODI was against Pakistan in December 2024. His most recent T20I was against West Indies in May 2024. So he's still very much in the picture for national selection, still fighting for his place. Here's what a lot of people don't realize about professional cricket. It's not just about talent. There are hundreds of talented cricketers in South Africa. What separates the ones who make it from the ones who don't is mental strength, work ethic, and the ability to handle rejection and failure. Andile has had his fair share of failures. There have been matches where he's gotten out for 0. There have been games where he's gone for plenty of runs without taking a wicket. There have been entire series where he hasn't been selected, but he keeps coming back. That resilience is what makes his story inspiring. Think about the journey. From a small town on the South Coast to international cricket. From a kid whose mother cleaned houses to a man who has played in World Cups. From getting a hockey scholarship to becoming a death bowling specialist. From being a reserve player to being the highest wicket taker in a series against Australia. It's been a roller coaster, full of incredible highs and crushing lows. And through it all, Andile Phehlukwayo has kept fighting, kept working, kept believing. His story is a reminder that success doesn't come easy. It's not a straight line from bottom to top. There are detours, setbacks, embarrassments, and moments of doubt. But if you keep pushing, if you learn from your mistakes, if you stay humble and hungry, you can achieve things that once seemed impossible. Andile's net worth might not actually be $4 million. He might have had one of the most embarrassing run-outs in recent cricket history. He might not be a superstar whose name everyone knows, but he's a working professional who has made something of himself against all odds. So what's next for Andile Phehlukwayo? Only time will tell. He's 29 years old now, which in cricket terms means he's in his prime. He probably has a